I have a whole list of why winters are so difficult for losing weight. Now, we always known that it's harder in the winter, and I think I always believed it was because you're stuck indoors more often. And my list is gonna let us know, me included, as I was researching it, because there was things I just never realized. Excuse me. It's gonna put some light on the subject, folks. And that could help us realizing what's going on. That might help us stay strong. Good morning, folks. It's Ann, and welcome to my channel. I think you're gonna like this one today. So anyway, why weight loss gets harder in the winter. I'm gonna go over the physical reasons first. And the physical reasons are we have less sunlight. And less sunlight means less vitamin D. And what happens when you have less vitamin D and sunlight? Your metabolism slows down. That's the last thing we want to happen. But that happens when you get less sunlight. You increase hunger when that happens. Your metabolism goes down, you increase hunger, and your hunger gets stronger, and your mood is affected, folks. Now, I could see that with the way I've been in the winter sometimes. You really do it gets to you, the cold and the short days. I'm going to slow down a little bit because the air is cold. It's 33 degrees out here, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to take it a little slow today. So, with the colder temperatures, we naturally tend to slow down. Because we're uncomfortable. We don't want to go outside. And that part we've known for years, folks. Nobody wants to go out in the cold. But also, you have hormonal shifts that go on during the winter. The less sunlight causes melatonin to rise higher. And what does melatonin do? It affects the sleep cycle, and it affects your appetite. Who knew? And when that happens, you're craving more carbs. You have a drop in body temperature. And that makes you crave heated food, nice warm food like soup or breads or, comfort foods, pasta, nice warm heated food when your body temperature goes down. Also, dehydration happens more often because of the cold air. It makes you less thirsty. And that's true. I could see that. I don't even have my water bottle right now because I don't think I need it. The cold air, I don't think I'm going to sweat. So it makes you less thirsty. And mild dehydration can trigger false hunger. Can you just imagine this, folks? There's all these things going on that you don't realize. You think it's just because it's, cold and you don't go out that often, and you're not moving as much. But there's so much more that goes with it. There's a change in your circadian rhythm. So the shorter days confuse your body clock, affecting metabolism once again. Hunger hormones and energy levels plummet. Well, hunger rises and your energy plummets. And then, of course, you have the holiday eating, which spills over into January and February. I'm famous for that. And the sugar, the treats, they go right on. And you say to yourself, I'm just going to wait until the spring to get started. My goodness, folks, I've done that many times. Many times. Trying to get that lake in view for you. What a gloomy day, huh? I don't know if it's going to rain or not, but it's awfully cloudy. And of course, when you're indoors more often, you have easier access to that refrigerator or your cabinet with the food. Now, some mental and emotional reasons why winters are harder is we've all heard, or at least most of us have, about SAD. SAD is seasonal affective disorder. And low sunlight can cause depression. In fact, a lot of people have go walking in a mall with the bright lights. They intentionally do something. They have the lamps at home. And I know when I was working the graveyard shift at the jail, I used to use light to help me get my circadian rhythm in order. And also, well, you know, when you're depressed or if you have a low mood or you're down and out, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to eat. And then you have winter loneliness. When you're stuck indoors, you're not out as much, you're not seeing people. And people don't like to go out either, so everybody's home. Sitting in front of their TV, chilling out, eating, and that's tough in the winter time. Now, if you're down south, it's not like that, I'm sure. A lot of this doesn't apply probably to folks down south. I don't know if you get seasonal disorder or not. I'm really not sure about that. I would think not. With all that beautiful sunlight. So winter loneliness makes you eat more because you go back to your comfort food. And then you have lack of stimulation, which I just said, less socializing, fewer outings, and it just becomes monotony. You know, already there's been days that I've had to stay home, consecutive days, because we had storms or the wind was brutal. And I just stayed home, and after a few days, you want to get out. That's probably why I enjoyed yesterday's walk so much, was because it's the first time I really got out in a while. So, you know, eating the comfort foods become a habit. You could eat mindlessly without even thinking about it. You know, you're bored, or you just want something to do and you're eating without even being hungry. I think most of us are famous for that. You have reduced motivation. Let me see if this is running. Reduced motivation to do anything. It's hard to get going. Now, I have to admit, folks, sometimes if I don't have anywhere to go for the day, I stay in my comfy clothes. I don't have any motivation. I don't want to get up and go. You know, I plan that right in the morning. I won't even get dressed for the day. So you lack motivation. It's worse in the wintertime. Stress from the holidays. You know, you're putting on a dinner or you're going to a dinner, you know, or Christmas, you know, your finances. You're worried about your finances. You want to get people a nice gift. And there's a lot of stress during the holidays. And what does stress do? It increases your cortisol. And what does cortisol do? It increases your cravings. Wow, it's almost like we can't win, right? Sounds like everything is against us. So you get that feeling like being trapped in your home too. It's cabin fever. We've all heard of that. Cabin fever will lead to mindless eating. You know, just doing it to do something. And your old habits can start to reappear. You know, during the holidays, you know, we all have, a lot of us do, maybe some of us don't have such good memories, but the memories that we had with our family and our sit-down dinner when our parents were all together and everybody was together, those are wonderful childhood memories. You know, so you start eating those comfort foods, remembering those great days. And back then, those great days for most of us probably were a lot healthier than the days of today as far as food goes. Perfectionism. When you slip up once, you just give up. You just give up because the weather's bad, you can't get out, because of all these reasons, folks. And you just let it go till the spring. And I've done that several times. And I mean, you could put on a lot of weight during those few months. And even people that have their New Year's resolution, the majority of people, the resolution doesn't last past 2 weeks. I've done it too. You're all gung-ho at the beginning, but you have all these things going against you. It's almost understandable. It is. Not just because you don't move much in the winter, although that's it too. So environmental and lifestyle reasons. Stores promote all that good food. You walk into the store, all that snacks and comfort food is right in front of you. And I know if you're on low carb, you could resist, but sometimes the bakery is close by. You could smell the pastries and the cakes, and you know, so that could be an issue too. Less fresh produce available, and in the wintertime, if you're cold, I don't know about you, but fresh produce doesn't even sound good. And why? Because you want that hot, warm comfort food instead. Cold salad and veggies does not sound good. You know, a cold dish like that. Your clothing will hide your flaws. Now this hat right now, I have a whole bunch of hats to hide my thinning hair, so they're gonna come in handy this winter. But this coat, this jacket that I have on is big. In fact, I think it's bigger than what it was, so I might be shrinking a little bit. But clothes, you know, if you could throw some big bulky clothes over you, you don't have to worry too much, you know, because nobody's gonna see you. You can hide it better. So your clothes could be an issue of, we're at the corner, we made it. Slow and steady. Now, certain kind of heating systems will dry out the air. And feeling dry can mimic hunger. I didn't know that either. And of course, the TV time, the screen time, the couch time, you know, sitting for hours on end, and snacking. Snacking goes right along with all that. So I'm going to give you some pointers of what you could do. Now, these aren't all foolproof, but we learned some things, and if we're aware of what's going on, that could help us. You know, because I know I struggle. You know, this is going to be my first winter on this low-carb journey like this, and, you know, I know I'm getting bored at home, and I don't get out as much. It's already happening with the cold weather. So, try to get light every morning. And if you can't get out, if it's too cold, simply opening up your window. Opening up the shade, not the window, and getting that light in and sit in front of it for 10 minutes. Close your eyes and face the sun or face the sky and get some light every morning for at least 10 minutes. And that'll start your day out pretty good. Now I do take vitamin D3 supplements with the K2, and I take that all year round. So I don't know what my levels are, but I do think some people increase their supplement dosage on D3 in the wintertime. Now, once I get my blood work done, I'll ask them to check my levels, and I'll find out if I need to increase it. So that light in the morning is important. Straight through your window if that's what it has to be. Keep a little routine of exercise in the mornings. If you can't get out, you know, if you have a treadmill, or even if walking in place, like I said, raising your legs, doing some stretches, some upper body works. It doesn't have to be a full-blown exercise routine. Just enough to limber you up, make you feel good, get your blood juices flowing, your brain working better. And get a routine of doing that. That'll be part of your routine in the morning, your sunlight, your little exercise routine. And have those low-carb meals that are warm. Your body wants the warmth. So you could make healthy low-carb soups, eggs, and you know, your meat from the oven. It all could be warm. I'm sure there's a lot of recipes out there. As most of you know, I'm not the best cook. If you come up with any ideas, let me know. I'll put them into my menu. But there's things that you could eat that are warm and comforting, that are low carb. Drink water, even if you're not thirsty. Now, I said I didn't bring water. You know, just thinking about it is making me thirsty. I should have brought water, but I'll be all right. Reach out to one person a day You know, even if it's just a text message to somebody, just a little bit of contact, or stop at a friend's house, or like I said before, even in a store, you could chat it up with somebody. You know, just a little chat, you know, just so you know that there's life out there. Because sometimes we get into our own little world and we don't know there's a life outside those doors. If you have a slip, reset immediately. Don't wait. As soon as you can, get back on track. And don't sweat over it, folks. We're only human. The main thing is to get back on track. Don't give up. Don't wait till the springtime. Get right back on it. I mean, even if you have a few slips through the course of the winter, if you get right back on it, how much better off you'll be. Instead of going full blown into eating all the carbs. It's going to set you back tremendously. And then when spring comes, it's going to take you a long time just to get rid of the winter weight. Have a daily ritual, music, maybe watch some good learning videos. I like to watch YouTube videos learning. In fact, I started watching some videos about speech. Because I know I say and you know a lot, and you know, I don't speak the most proper English. I got that New York slang. But so I was watching videos and I was trying to get into the groove of talking correctly. But folks, when I talk to you, I don't want to be thinking about that. I just want to be myself. So I don't know if I'm going to keep looking into that. You know, yeah, if I was up on a podium in front of, in a you know, big speaker or something, that's one thing. But I'm talking to my, you know, my lovely community. I don't need to be proper. I don't think. I hope not. I hope not. I hope you understand me. But or maybe tea. Have a cup of tea to break the, you know, have your little ritual. Sit down with tea and music, and or maybe even a little walk. Keep trigger foods out of sight, out of mind. Of course, I would always know where they were. But I try not to keep the bad food in my house because it is too tempting if I know there's something that I'm not supposed to eat. I'll eat it, all of it. And plan for boredom. Have some puzzles to work on. You know, do some cleaning. You know, have things that you enjoy available that you could do. Now, those are just some tips. I don't know. My pants are falling down. I think I just don't have the belt on tight enough. But I hope that'll help. I mean, I didn't realize that there were so many things that affect us during the winter. And I think it's great to be aware of that, folks. What time is it? I know I've been walking pretty slow. I'm going to speed it up a little to get back a little, and then I'm going to say goodbye. But before I say goodbye, I want to tell you what my winter schedule is going to be like. I'm planning. This is my plans. Now, anything could happen. Life happens, or I could not feel well, or anything could happen. But what my plans are for the winter is to put out a video on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. and I'm gonna have it uploaded and ready to be watched at 4 p.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And those will be the only days. Now, the other days, if I have some time, I'm going to prepare a video here and there for my Adirondack Ant channel. And those videos are going to be going out. They're going to be out probably by 5 a.m. Sunday mornings. So when you get up on Sundays, they should be available if you want to watch them. I know a lot of you have come over to that channel, and I love it. And so that's, if everything goes, hopefully on most weeks, that's how it's going to go. And that really helps me a lot to have it scheduled like that, instead of each day wondering, what I'm going to do, or trying to get, I can't get a video out every single day. I would love to. Now maybe when it gets warmer, I might change it again. And I also might change it again. I was supposed to be walking. If that 4 p.m. upload turns out, I'm gonna try that 4 p.m. And I want to do 4 p.m. because I think that it would be best in the evenings. People are getting home, and people are sitting down, relaxing for the night. And I'm thinking I'd get more viewers that way. And I don't want to do it too late because a lot of us are seniors and go to bed early. So I'm going to try the 4 p.m. for 2 weeks. Now my last video I put out at 4 p.m. and that was on Wednesday. So this is Friday. This will go out at 4 p.m. And Monday will be 4 p.m. But I'm going to try for 2 weeks, and if that doesn't work, then I might try for the early morning hours, like put it out at 5 a.m. This way, as you're just getting up, it'll be available. Now that kind of thing, I do learn on YouTube to try to see what time is the best. There's a lot that I've learned on YouTube, even making these videos. That's why I recommend you can learn a lot from YouTube. And I'm sure if you're watching me, then you are using YouTube and you know what it's all about. But, whew, it's 28 minutes now, folks. So I'm going to say goodbye. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you for all your comments. If you like this kind of content, please like it. And subscribe. Please share it with others so my word gets out there. I know, I'm starting to sound like another YouTube video person. Love you guys. Bye.